What's up all you cool snakes and neonates, how's it going? I hope you are all keeping well. So today, you guys might have guessed from the thumbnail, we've got a new animal. Very risky animal, this one. It's got even more riskier when I've just received the parcel. It just got here, yes, it's still wrapped up. As you can see from that parcel there, it's just got fragile written on it. Now usually when you're posting animals in the UK, you need to put on live animals inside, not only for the people handling it, but for your own peace of mind. I've worked in a very questionable delivery postal sorting centre. I'll not say who it is, but they've changed the name from Hermes. Really bad with parcels now. I know when you put fragile in the parcels there, it meant nothing. Things were literally launched. Crates higher than you, and they were just launched in like that. I've seen people rip crates up in temper, kick them about like it was a football, like it was a game. So whenever you're posting your animals, guys, always put animal inside. The person might not give two hoots, but it's going to at least give you a peace of mind that they might be a little bit more careful, because trust me, fragile on a parcel means nothing to a postal service. I can see there's a bit of damage in the corner, so I'm hoping she's not been thrown about. Well, let's start cutting it and get into it. This is a true unboxing here. Sometimes you guys, I check on the animal before I do the unboxing so that there is no nasty surprises. But today, I'm going to do it right from the very beginning. So you guys are going to get to see the good, the bad, or the ugly today, whatever it comes out in. As you guys may know, we do educational talks everywhere from schools to care homes, to music festivals, children's parties, all that kind of stuff. We do loads of educational stuff with the animals. We had an educational spider. It was a curly hair called Curly Whirly. She was fantastic. Fortunately, she passed away due to constipation, which from what I've gathered is quite a common occurrence in spiders. So we didn't have a handling spider. We bought a Mexican red knee, thinking we could raise that up and use that, but it came absolutely tiny, and those guys mature very slowly. So we've got a heat pack in there, that's very good, and there's still a bit of warmth because, as you can see out the back window, it's snowing, raining, and it is blowing crazy. Everything in the back garden has been blowing about. It's an absolute mess out there just now. So we've got well packaged in here, bubble wraps. Oh, that'll be her in her cup, which is well packaged up, so that's good. And she is going to be in here. So as far as I'm aware, she's about 3 inches. She's probably still going to be a little bit too small to use for the handling, but she's certainly going to be closer to being usable than that Mexican red knee was, that's for sure. So I took a gamble on this spider. Now, curly hairs are normally pretty bomb-proof for handling. However, the gentleman that had this before told me that he had never handled her. So I don't know how she's going to be. Oh, she's tiny. She's actually a good bit smaller than I thought she was going to be. Let's see. Oh, I've not even got a paintbrush. Are you okay in there? Let's hope you're okay in there. I'm going to go get a paintbrush. Oh, yep, there's movement. Oh, hello, she's okay. She is okay. Oh. She is a lot smaller than I thought she was going to be. I was thinking she was going to be about the size that Curly Whirly was when we first got her. But she's a couple of molts off being that size anyway. Now if you can unravel her. So this will be the moment of truth. Find out if she can be handled or not. Well, you are not a good performer, are you, sweetheart? Eh? So this is a true curly hair. So there are two forms of curly hair. There are the true ones, which are how you would find them in the wild. And then there are the hobby forms. There we go. Look at this little lamb. There we go. So there she is. Giving her fangs a little clean there. So far she's nice and calm. I've seen many spiders be unboxed, be nice and calm after the unboxing because they're all a bit disorientated, a bit confused after the journey. Then once they settle down, they go crazy. So I'm going to put her in this box here. But so far so good. Look at how good that little spider is. So I don't know if you can see that on the camera right now, but she's constantly laying down web. And that is kind of like, if you know the story, Hansel and Gretel. as they wander, especially through new territory, they're always putting a web down. And that's like Hansel and Gretel leaving breadcrumbs. So she knows where she's been and where is safe in case she needs to make a quick retreat, quick run backwards. Hello, sweeties. What you doing? What are you doing? Could you not go all the way up there, please? There we go. You notice I'm the same with the spiders as I am with the snakes. All the movements are slow and flowing. The animal will always return that. Yeah, I would think maybe 2 molts and she will be ready. She's got a nice big bum. Nice big chunky bum on her. The hobby form and the true form. The true form is Nicaraguan, I think. Can't remember exactly how you pronounce it. And that's what she is. So they're less fluffy than the hobby form. So she's not going to be as fluffy. She's going to look a bit more like a proper tarantula. And she's just stopping and chilling there. So yeah, we'll pop her in this box. By the time this video comes out, I would think she'll have been here for a week or so. So we'll get her feeding next and see how we get on there, guys. But she is wonderful. Not a single hair flick. Okay. So this little angel has been here for a little while now. When she came, she had a giant bum on her. She had a big, massive bum. So I thought, oh, she's maybe coming into molt. So we gave her a few days to settle down. I was going to rehouse her because she's a little bit small for this enclosure and I like to step my animals up. So I went in to have a look at her and she started webbing and making the place a home. So I thought, why don't I try and feed her and see if she's comfortable enough to eat in here. So this is what's happened when I tried to film feeding her. Oh, you can see her just in there with the cricket. So we failed to catch her eating. But, yes, she's got the cricket in her mouth right now. So she's eating. Yeah, it didn't exactly go to plan, but she did eat. So I thought, she's maybe not in pre-molt then. So I left her to settle down for a bit longer. And then she did this. She shut all of the doors to her enclosure. But what I mean by that is she pushed mud up against all the enclosures to her hide. And I thought, maybe she was in pre-molt then. And I waited and waited and I thought, nothing's happening. I'm going to have a sneak peek. So I lifted up the hide. And it turns out she's built an intricate cave system, an intricate tunnel system in here with this, which is fantastic. It's really cool. So I don't think I'm going to move her out because she seems comfortable. However, I've got a problem with that because the reason we took in this spider was for educational talks and things like that, for doing our zoo to you kind of thing. If I need her out in a hurry to go to an event and she's in a tunnel, she's burrowed, I can't really get her out when I need her out. So I'm not sure if I should still pop her in a smaller enclosure where she's maybe not going to want to burrow as much, or leave her in here where she's made a home for herself. Let me know in the comments below, guys. I'd really like to know what you guys would do in this sort of situation. Of course, first and foremost, the animal's health and happiness is the utmost concern for myself. But like I said, we also have a reason to have this little girl here, and it's going to be pretty difficult to get her out and about if she's tucked into a hole somewhere. When I lifted that cork bark, she was right under the cork bark, so as long as she's going to hang about in there, that's not a bad thing. I mean, her burrowing into the substrate could still mean that she is in the early stages of pre-molt, because these guys are known to have really good appetites, so she could still possibly eat. I remember Curly Wurly would eat in the very early stages of pre-molt still. So she could still be in the early stages of pre-molt. Only time's going to tell. We're still new with this tarantula and we're still learning about her personality. And yes, they do all have individual personalities, believe it or not. Just take a look at this. So in here, we have one of our P. regalis, our Indian ornamentals. Never anywhere to be seen. Sometimes at night, you'll see them out and about. But that's about the gist of it. Now over here we have the exact same species, P. regalis, Indian ornamental. But look at her. She's out. She does not care. So when I come out to Buttercup, I will close the door, I'll walk in, and he will bolt, be gone before I even see him. Well, Evie here, the female, she is so brazen. She will sit out broad daylight, not care. I've got a video right here, I'll pop up. I'm wiping the side of an enclosure, and she's physically just not caring. She's sitting out and about in the same enclosure. If I was even to breathe near the other P. regalis, it would be gone. Flash, away. So I'm trying to do spray downs and glass cleaning. And this one decides to run out and meet me. What are you doing, silly? Oh. How's that for a prey spider? Stay. Daddy is cleaning your mountains of poop off of the glass. You stinky girl. Where are you? You stinky girl. Evie. Just look how chilled this spider is. Not a care in the world. She's fantastic. And they're not daft animals. So Evie, as you can see, has put a little web here between the door and the wall. Now that's her hide back there. If she's going to web something up for living in, it's going to be in her hide back there. If she's going to molt, it's going to be where she is safe, in her hide. This is not a sperm web because she's not a mature male. This is not a molting web because it's way up here. It's obviously not going to catch food. What she has done here is made herself a dinner bell. So what that is if I am to open this door, she's going to know that, and she knows that there's food coming in. That is exactly what she's done there. She's put that there so that she knows when I open the door that there's going to be food coming in. Not a daft animal. So as you can see, two of the same species, two completely different personalities. People don't think of spiders and tarantulas as having personalities, but they definitely do. Here's another example. The beautiful and stunning phoenix, our Brachypelma behemi, or behemi, a Mexican flame leg. These guys aren't normally handling spiders, but you guys have seen me handle this one previously on quite a few occasions. I often judge his mood to see how he is before he comes out, because if he's in a nice calm day, you can take him out. I tried to give him a wee hold today, but he wasn't in a very calm mood today. He was a bit racy. He ran up my arm and back down again. So he wasn't very settled today. But he is another perfect example of a great personality spider. Doesn't hair flick at all. He does absolutely fantastically. His next door neighbour, on the other hand, the Brazilian black and white, these guys have also been known to be one of two ways, either really chill and calm or absolute crazy cases. Now this one here is an absolute crazy case. I wouldn't even attempt to handle this spider here. This is a look but don't touch spider. So there you have it, guys. Spiders do all have personalities. Now we've only been keeping spiders here in the Reptile Rich Room for a couple of years, so we are not experts in the field, but over this couple of years I have definitely noticed that there are individual personalities between individual spiders. Of course, there are some species that are just point blank, do not touch, and there are some species that are quite good, if not bomb-proof, to touch. And that's why we took the gamble on getting this curly hair, because she is more than likely going to be a great handling spider, rather than if we were to take a gamble on another species of spider that was not necessarily great to handle or not had a great reputation we could have, or chances are we would have had a non-handling spider. So Although there are individuals, there is also the species to think about. Some species are generally good for handling and some species are a definite no-no for handling. And handling is always at your own risk, guys. Oh, but they're tarantulas that are readily available in the UK as pets. They're not going to kill you, so the biggest danger is the harm to the spider if you're going to try and handle the spider. You drop the spider, you get a fright, the spider bolts and runs off you, lands on the floor. They're not the strongest of beings, they will splat, and that'll be the end of that. So really, the risk in handling spiders, guys, is actually to the spider itself, not to you. So always keep that in mind if you're wanting to try and handle your spiders. You guys might have heard me talk about the posting, labeling your parcels with your animals in earlier on in the video. So after receiving her, I messaged Neil and we were having a chat, and I mentioned about the labeling of the parcel, and he said the reason that he doesn't label the parcels with live animal is actually a really sad and tragic reason. It's because Neil used to breed a lot of spiders. I'll put a link in the description below to his contact details. You guys can contact him, see if he has anything left over. I know he's keeping it down to about 14 spiders now. He's just sort of keeping it personally. I think he's got maybe one or two more things to get rid of. I'll put his details in the description below. But Neil was saying that the reason that he doesn't put live animals on his enclosure is because he has someone who obviously works in the postal service near him that seems to have something against inverts, because he would always put live spiders or live inverts on the enclosure. He posted a couple of them with sort of 10 spiders each. Everyone arrived dead, and the way the parcel was so jumbled up, he said it looked like the box had been shaken, like they were trying to get something to move inside the box, or just through sheer unintelligent malice they were just trying to kill what was ever inside the box, giving it a good shake thinking it was funny or something before they went and licked the toilet bowl. No idea what the reason for that being was, but it wasn't cool. So he stopped putting live animals on his on his boxes because someone, his postie or someone local to his postal service, was not being very good to his animals. I'm quite lucky at my end. My postie that drops off the animals, whenever they're delivered with live animals, and he always jokes to me, he says, "Oh, what have you got now?" You know. So I always make friends with the postman because it's worth it, because at least you know at your end the animals are going to be treated nicely, but you can't always guarantee at the other end, which is a really sad fact. So that's the reason that little coconut here, I think is going to be her name, little coconut here, came with no live animals in the box and just fragile in the box, because Neil has a very nasty postie somewhere around him, which is a real shame. That being said, I hope you guys all enjoyed that. Thank you very much for tuning in. As always, subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell button, like this video, comment on the video, share the channel around whatever platform you can, tell your friends, tell your family, tell your grandmother, tell Fred, your little spider you've got living in the corner of your living room. Tell everyone you can, because we are coming up to that 1,000 subscriber mark, and I really want to hit it. I've got a lot of bits and bobs filmed and stuck, so I'm going to stick some filming together and try and free up some memory on my phone, because I'm struggling for memory. I've got loads of bits and dribs and drabs of videos that I've been sort of thinking about filming for a while saved up. So we've got a lot more to come, so make sure you guys are subscribed. So thank you very much for tuning in, guys. Take it easy. Peace.
I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.